Now let us discuss in detail about the digestion process in human beings. Initially, food enters into the body through the mouth, where it is crushed into the smaller particles. When we see, smell or taste food, salivary glands secrete saliva in the mouth. Saliva is mixed with the food while we eat, and it helps to tear food into smaller pieces. The saliva contains an enzyme called salivary amylase. Salivary amylase breaks down the starch present in the food into simpler sugar, that is, starch is converted to maltose. When we swallow food, it moves down into the throat or pharynx. The epiglottis, which is flat-like structure, closes the windpipe when we swallow the food. Food moves through a narrow tubular muscular organ called the esophagus. The lining of the food canal has muscles that contract and expand rhythmically in order to push the food forward into the stomach. This series of muscular contraction is called peristalsis. At the end of the esophagus, a muscular ring allows the food to enter into the stomach and closes the valve. The stomach is a large organ which expands when food enters in it. The muscular walls of the stomach help in mixing the food thoroughly to the gastric juices to break into smaller pieces. This gastric juice contains chemicals like hydrochloric acid, that is, HCl, and enzymes like pepsin, renin and lipase. Hydrochloric acid kills any germs that may have entered along with the food. It also creates an acidic medium which activates the enzyme pepsin. Pepsin breaks down proteins into peptones, and proteoses, that is, renin separates milk into liquid and solid portions. Lipase act on fats and helps to break them down. This process continues till the food is turned into a thick liquid called chyme. The mucus protects the inner lining of the stomach from the action of the acid under normal conditions. The acidic food from stomach reaches the first part of the small intestine called duodenum. In the duodenum, fats are present in the form of large globules, which makes it difficult for enzymes to act on them. These fats are broken down by the bile juice secreted by the liver. The liver is a digestive gland that produces bile and stored in the gallbladder until it is required. Bile contains bile salts that break down the fat into smaller globules. Bile helps in digesting fats. Bile juice also makes the food alkaline pH for pancreatic and intestinal enzymes to act on it. The pancreas secretes pancreatic juice which contains enzymes like trypsin and lipase. Trypsin helps for digesting proteins and lipase helps for breaking down fats. The chyme now reaches the second part of the small intestine called the ileum. In the ileum, the intestinal enzymes act upon the food for further digestion. The inner walls of the small intestine have numerous finger-like projections called villi. Villi increase the surface area of the small intestine to ensure efficient and rapid absorption of nutrients. The villi are richly supplied blood vessels which transport the absorbed food to all the cells in the body. The small intestine is the largest part of the element in alimentary canal. The small intestine is 20 feet, 6 meters, long in human being. The length of the small intestine differs in various animals depending on the food they eat. Herbivores eating grass need a longer small intestine to allow the cellulose to be digested. Meat is easier to digest, hence carnivores like tigers have a shorter small intestine. The undigested food and water then move into the large intestine. The large intestine is 5 feet, 1.5 meters, long in human being. The appendix is a small hollow finger, which hangs at the end of cecum. The inner lining of the colon has villi that absorb any water from solid state. This solid material collected in the lower part of the intestine called the rectum. The rectum stores the solid particles until it is ready to be exerted from the digestive system through the anus. The exit of this waste material is regulated by the anal sphincter. Now let us discuss about dental caries in living organisms. Dental caries or tooth decay causes gradual softening of enamel and dentine. Saliva contains buffering agents that protects the teeth from the decay. When we eat something sugary, bacteria is produced and acts as acid on the teeth. This removes minerals like calcium and phosphate from the teeth and makes them susceptible to decay by forming plaque. Saliva contains minerals that are used to repair tooth decay. At the same time, the buffering agents in saliva neutralizes the acid to prevent further decay. Brushing the teeth after eating removes the plaque before the bacteria produce acids. If untreated, microorganisms may invade the pulp, causing inflammation and infection.